Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome into the Bozard Ford Studios. We're here on the show that's on in the morning, and the St. Johns County show that's on in the morning, and we're just happy you guys are here. Happy Monday. It's a beautiful Monday out there, and we have a very special guest. We have Lieutenant Colonel Bill Dudley. He is the chairman of the St. Johns County Veterans Council in studio with us, and we're talking about the Veterans Day events that are happening on the 11th. So we want to give people time to schedule. We were going to do it on the 10th, but he was going to be too busy that day getting prepared for it. So we're excited to have you in here, Colonel Dudley. And before anything else, we got to tell you about the amazing people at Bozard Ford. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's a local legacy built on trust, family values, and a commitment to doing things the right way. Proudly serving St. Augustine and beyond for over 75 years, Bozard Ford offers award-winning service, unbeatable selection, and state-of-the-art facility with 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no appointment needed maintenance, and even Ford's Garage while you wait right there on site and grab an amazing, try the Jiffy Burger out there. Recognized with the Triple Crown Award and President's Awards, Bozard Ford Lincoln is where hometown service meets national excellence, great pricing, friendly faces, and a better buying experience. Located right there at I-95 and State Road 16, Bozard Ford. They are driven to inspire. And now we also have to give another big shout out. We have a brand new sponsor. When you see the Stodum stat, we have Sonny's Real Pit Barbecue. Is our new sponsor. So thank you so much over there. The crew over there is always helping out in the community, and I'm glad they're a part of our team now. Fidus Roofing, Old Town Trolley, Bin 39 Wine Bar, B&S Signs, Facial Rejuvenation Center, Chiba Hut, Toasted Subs, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, and St. Augustine Handy House. If you would, please support our wonderful sponsors. They always support us, and also hit some of those like buttons during the show as you like it. Make sure you're in those comments. We really appreciate those comments, and that's what makes this show so special. And if you haven't already, please follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Rumble, and download our app at the Apple Store. All right, Blake, you're live back there.
Yes, I am alive back here. Hello, everyone. How's it going?
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Colonel.
Good morning. Good morning, Troy. Good morning, Blake.
Good morning.
Welcome back in here. All right, it is time for our question of the day. Now, our question of the day, I have an unfair advantage on this question of the day because I've been doing trivia for 30 years. All right, but there's always one fact that pops up into my head. I want you to give me a random fact that you know that very few people know, and it stays in your head. It's been in your head for a while.
Well, I'm not good at trivia, but the trivia question that you just asked, I think the thing that is most intriguing is that I know the longest distance for the B-36 aircraft that most people don't know that its duration and range.
That's a good one for you to know. That's a good one.
I doubt many people out there in the listening audience today know that.
Yeah, no, that's a perfect answer right there. So, Blake, do you have a random fact that like just sticks in your head?
It probably has to be like something like NASCAR, like something like NASCAR related, I believe. Like, so I think I'm thinking we'll say like I know it's like common, but since like a lot of like friends I know don't know about NASCAR as much, so I believe there's only like one driver that ever like swept the entire month, which is Harry Gant and September. So
Harry Gant, wow, I can tell you this, I know NASCAR. I didn't realize that one.
Yeah.
So that is a pretty random one. Harry Gant was famous for finishing second in the points like a bunch of times. And being second in races a lot.
Yes.
So,
I do Harry Gant personally. He was a real gentleman.
Is he?
Yeah,
Is he?
he was. Yeah, absolutely.
I think
a great driver.
I think I met him once when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because it used to be in Daytona, you could just walk up, and I mean, kids could just lean over the wall. And if you're under 13, you got to go to the races for free.
Well, I had friends that had a condo in Turn 1 at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Oh, wow.
And I used to stay there a lot and attend races there and met a lot of drivers there.
Yeah. No, that's And that's the one thing about NASCAR drivers. Even today, they're still very, very personal.
Very personable, and love their audience and the people that they race for.
Yeah. And yesterday, Kyle Larson ended up winning the championship. Briscoe won the race, right?
No, Ryan Blaney won the race.
Blaney won the race, but Larson won the championship. So NASCAR's over until Daytona.
The season,
until Daytona,
February.
So, all right, and my random fact is, it sticks in my head all the time, is I know the Barbie doll, which was invented in 1959, but I know her entire name. Her entire name is Barbara Millicent Roberts.
Wow.
And it's always stuck with me. So, yeah, so I got that stuck in my head. You guys actually have good facts. I got Barbie stuck in my head. So, all right, it is now time for a quick check of the weather. It is really nice out. It's a low of 59, a high of 69. Well, how beautiful is that? That's like perfect weather right there. Don't need your AC, don't need your heat.
Yeah.
It's and very low chance of rain. So it's a beautiful, beautiful day. Chamber of Commerce Day is what they say. All right. And that quick check of the weather is brought to us by Ben 39. Discover one of St. Augustine's best kept secrets, Ben 39, tucked inside the St. George Inn at the north end of St. George Street. With over 95 boutique wines, 50 of them rated 90 or higher by Robert Parker. It's the perfect spot for a romantic date night or a relaxing after-work unwind. Sit by the glass or bottle in the serene courtyard setting and enjoy live music throughout the week. Open daily, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just stop by and say, I'll have what Irving's having. Ben 39, your taste to discover. All right, Ben 39 is coming in soon. Blake, what's the date on they're coming into Bollocks, and we're doing some Christmas tasting, I think.
I believe it's November 18th.
November 18th. All right, so in 2 weeks.
Yes.
In 2 weeks. All right, it is now time for the Hit the Blake's traffic report. Blake, tell us what it looks like out there.
Traffic's looking sunny out there.
Okay, it does look nice.
Yeah.
Change of the clocks makes it a little brighter for the
Indeed.
Traffic report.
Indeed, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of congestion going on. Actually, maybe a little bit coming southbound from mile marker 328, but other than that, everything looks fine out there.
Looks like the lower right's still stuck in the shadows.
Well, you can blame a lot of trees for that, though. So.
All right. Who is that brought to us by?
All right. That traffic report's brought to you by Old Town Trolley. Climb aboard Old Town Trolley and experience over 500 years of history in the heart of St. Augustine. This fully narrated 90-minute tour features 22 convenient stops and covers more than 100 points of interest, including iconic landmarks like the Castillo de San Marco, the Fountain of Youth, and Flagos Historic Hotel. With open-air views and all-day hop-on, hop-off access, it is the most fun and flexible way to explore the nation's oldest city. Your ticket also includes free admission to the St. Augustine History Museum, and locals. St. Johns County residents ride free with a full pair of guests to the Hometown Pass program at hometownpass.com. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see St. Augustine, one stop at a time.
All right. And Betty, welcome in from Iowa out there. We do have one news story, and then we're going to jump right into the interview. And I went to this yesterday, so we wanted to put this story out there because I want to give them kudos when they do the right thing. Ancient City Pro Rodeo brings family fun to a sellout crowd during St. Augustine's debut. The Ancient City Pro Rodeo made a powerful debut in St. Augustine this weekend, drawing packed crowds and selling out both nights of the event. The rodeo brought classic Western competition to St. Johns County, featuring bareback riding, steer wrestling, team roping, and bull riding, with several competitors who've appeared in the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, showcasing top-tier talent from across the Southeast. Event organizers say the goal was to blend authentic rodeo action with family fun. Jade Katif, second-generation general manager of the J.C. Katif Pro Rodeos, said his family has been producing rodeos for nearly 3 decades and wanted to bring the same energy and professionalism to St. Augustine. This event was hosted by Ancient City Land Management, whose president, Dan Lombacher, said the overwhelming turnout far exceeded expectations. It blew our minds, he said. Last night was a dream, something we never expected. Laubacher said the property was purchased in 2020 and is being developed into a hub for agricultural and community events with a focus on family-oriented gatherings that celebrate local heritage and the rural lifestyle. Ancient City Pro Rodeo's debut weekend delivered both excitement and community spirit, setting the stage for the organizers that will hope to become a new St. Augustine tradition. Now, we went yesterday. Maeve wanted to go to a rodeo for her birthday, and it happened to fall just a week after her birthday, so it was beautiful for us. Wonderful day, great location. They handled the parking really well. It wasn't overwhelming. I mean, I'll give you a big thumbs up, 2 thumbs up for that event, and we really do hope you continue coming back to St. Augustine, because it really was nice. And they did, a lot of community vendors, local vendors, food trucks. Everything was just spot on, and it was not overcrowded. So thank you guys for coming in. It was an excellent event, and we will go back next year if it's there. So it is time now to talk to Lieutenant Colonel Bill Dudley, the chairman of the Veterans Council here in St. Johns County. Colonel, welcome back into the show.
Thank you so much, Troy, for having me on again this year. And I really appreciate the fact that both you and Mike have me on at this time of the year each year to talk about some things that's really important to our veterans in this community.
Yeah. Now, and Colonel Dudley, for those people who might not know, now you have a very beautiful career in the military, and then also a great career in the private sector.
Private sector.
So talk a little bit about, when did you first enter the military? What year was that?
Well, that was 1955, January 5th, 1955. And I did 20 and a half years in the Air Force. I did 10 years of active duty, and then 10 and a half years of reserve time after that, and retired in 1975 with 20 and a half years, and enjoyed all of my time in the military. And after the military, I went straight into the aerospace industry, aerospace business. Actually came here to St. Augustine, was my first job after I left the military.
Okay.
And with Fairchild Industries at the time. It was Fairchild Hiller at the time that I came here. Okay. And I came here in flight test and worked in flight test for a number of years, for a while, and then transferred or moved over into management, and went on to stay with Fairchild for a little over 20 years as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually retired from them.
So in 55, that was kind of towards the end of the Korean War, correct?
Well, actually, I am considered a Korean War veteran. If you were in the military before January 30th of 1955, you were considered a Korean War veteran. So you got Korean War status. So I'm a Korean War veteran.
So you got Korean and Vietnam
okay. As well. Absolutely. Yep.
So, so in 55, when you came out of high school, were you like, okay, I want to be a pilot? Is that what your dream was, to be a pilot? Or
well,
how did that shape out? Because I always love hearing the story.
I
how you get there.
I had an uncle who was a World War II veteran. Also was a retired lieutenant colonel from the Air Force. Okay. He was in the European theater in the war, flying P-47s and P-51s. Mm-hmm. I kind of emulated, if you will, his career track. Okay. He was always my favorite uncle and a person I highly respected, and my mother's youngest brother. And so I kind of followed his track. Mm-hmm. And I started college right after I got out of high school, and decided, this isn't for me. I want to go in the Air Force. I want to go in the military. Mm-hmm. And so I went into the military, and at that time, you actually could become an officer without a college degree. Mm-hmm. So my 7th week of basic training. I took the OCS exam and got commissioned and got accepted. And so I went to OCS, got commissioned, and from there I went to flight school. Mm-hmm. And my first assignment after I completed flight training was Japan.
Okay.
So I went to Japan. Japan was still pretty well devastated even then, 10 years after the war.
Yeah.
It was still pretty devastated. But loved my time in Japan.
How was the feelings towards Americans from the Japanese at that time?
Well, the Japanese looked up to the Americans over there. Okay. I mean, they looked at us as
respectful,
very respectful. Looked at us as a certainly in the military as a military giant.
Okay.
And we had quite a few Japanese that worked in our squadron there as mechanics and different jobs there within the squadron, the ones that could be approved. And I had a good relationship with a lot of them that I came in contact with there. My houseboy in my BOQ room was of course Japanese, and I remember his name even to this day, Okina Takahashi. And I remember him to this day. My shoes were always immaculately shined. My uniforms were all lined up in my locker. And he really took good care of me. I used to take him over to the officers club and buy him lunch all the time, or dinners and things like that. So the feeling was very, very cordial towards the Americans, and they really respected Americans. And I loved my time there. I got picked up by the 39th Air Division commander. Flying his airplane while I was there. He picked up a C-54 from Syngman Rhee, who was the president at that time of South Korea. Okay. He had a C-54. He turned it back to the Air Force and picked up a larger aircraft that the military gave him. And so we picked that airplane up, put it back into USAF VIP status, and I was on his crew, flying him around all over the Asian area of his command. So very interesting time over there. In fact, it was a 2-year assignment, and I liked it so much, and I had such good duty over there. I extended for a year, so I actually stayed 3 years in Japan. Yep.
Oh wow. So now and then during Vietnam, where were you located? 'Cause you said you were active until 65. And then you were reserves at that point. So, like, the early part of Vietnam would have been when you were active.
Yeah, I was not in country in Vietnam, but I was flying a lot of missions in support of Vietnam, flying C-130s at that time.
Okay.
And so flying a lot of support missions for the Vietnam, the troops going to Vietnam, and different air material areas where cargo and that sort of thing needed to be moved, transported. I was actually assigned to a reserve outfit in Donaldson Air Force Base in Greenville, South Carolina.
Okay.
Actually training flight crews.
Oh, okay.
And of course, doing a lot of flying in support of Vietnam as well. There was a huge buildup at that time for Vietnam.
Yeah. No, and thank you for coming in again and your amazing experiences. But we're actually here to talk about the Veterans Day celebration, which is taking place next Tuesday, November 11th. And there's a lot of different things going on there. So tell us, give us a rundown of what people should expect. If you can't make one, make another one. You can't make them all. Make at least one of these experiences.
Well, Troy, thank you so much for allowing me the time to talk about this. And I've been on your show several times talking about Veterans Day each year. But this year is going to be the best one I think we've done yet.
Okay.
This year, the theme for this year is passing the torch. And we have a World War II veteran. We have a Korean War veteran. We have a Vietnam veteran, a Gulf War veteran, and a veteran from the OEF OIF period. That's going to be on stage that day. And then we have a cadet, junior ROTC cadet, one from St. Augustine High School, Nice High School, and Bartram Trail.
Yeah.
And the theme, as I said, is passing the torch. And rather than the veteran giving their bio, the cadet is going to be giving that bio for that veteran. And they'll come up to the podium. They'll give the bio of that particular veteran. They will walk back over to that veteran then who's going to be seated on the stage, render a salute, and then take the torch and pass it to the next one. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be the program that day, is passing the torch. Mm-hmm. And then we have another veteran who is going to be giving the background, if you will, the symbolism of passing the torch and what that means. Mm-hmm. And she'll be speaking about that. And so that's going to be our program that day. It's going to be a fabulous program, and we just ask all the people in the community to come out and join us at Anastasia Baptist Church. The Community Life Center holds 1,250 people, and we usually fill it every year. Mm-hmm. So we ask you to come out. The doors will open that morning at 9 o'clock on the big jumbotrons inside the CLC. We have a film program going on that will loop every 20 minutes, and it's got all of the action pictures, if you will, of the military starting in World War II, coming up through the Gulf War period. That's going to be on the jumbotron, that people can look at that. And there's a lot of familiar faces that will show up during that period, during that showing as well.
All right. What time does the program actually begin?
Program always starts at 11 o'clock sharp.
11.
Yeah.
All right. And if you're okay with this, I think we were live last year. The 904 will go live again.
Absolutely.
For you to get, for those that can't make it, so that they can see, and honor the veterans. Even if they have to work that day, they'll be able to catch it on their phones or on their laptops. So we're gonna try and do that for you also.
Great.
Blake will coordinate what he needs to do for that. Now some of these programs are very moving, very inspirational in a lot of ways. You guys have done a series of documentaries with the Veterans Council in coordination with some local filmmakers and stuff. Talk about that connection. And I was involved a little bit with it when we were opening Veterans Park. It was the time that they were doing the Vietnam one.
Exactly.
And it was very, very emotional. So can you talk to us about some of those documentaries and
Well, yes, we have. We've done a series of them, again, starting with World War II, and we actually featured 6 of the veterans that were living in Coquina Crossing at that time. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, most of those veterans have now passed away. Mm-hmm. But we started with World War II veterans, and then we went to Korean War veterans. So we did World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. We did one for Canines for Warriors. Mm-hmm. We did one on POWs. And I got to tell you, the one that we did on POWs was probably the most emotional one that we did. POWs and also Vietnam. Mm-hmm. We had Dr. Hal Kushner as our speaker at one of our Veterans Day programs. Dr. Kushner was a POW for about 2,500 days in captivity, and his helicopter was shot down, and his story was just incredible and most emotional capture, if you will, of the time that he was as a POW, and he was in the in with several people that of renown that are known very well as being POWs during Vietnam. And he tried to, as best he could, give medical attention to those veterans that were POWs. Several of them dying in his arms that he was holding. So it's quite moving to listen to his story. Dr. Kushner has a medical practice down in Ormond Beach now, and still in practice.
Oh, he's still in practice.
It's
today?
still in practice
Wow.
today. Absolutely, yeah.
So how can we possibly see those? Because I mean, the ones I've seen have been beautiful and amazing. I think I've seen 2 or 3 of those, the ones you mentioned. How can we? Possibly,
I have a complete collection of all of those DVDs.
Okay.
And I'm happy to furnish them to anyone who would like to have a copy of them, or I can give you the links to them as well.
Okay.
And furnish that to you.
I think if we can get those links, Blake, if we get those links, can we put those on our either Facebook or app and let people if they want to watch them that day?
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so
we can do that.
We can put those links directly on, and just say, if we can add it to our app, and we can send them straight to that link to watch it. I think that
Absolutely.
would be a beautiful thing. So
Blake, I'll get those to you, and all you got to do is just click on the link and look at the one that you want to look at. But I'll send those to you today, and I'd love for people to look at those because we're incredibly proud of those.
They're beautifully done.
Yeah.
They really are.
They're professionally done.
Yeah, they really are. They're really amazing. Blake, it is time for you to do the Gas Buddy Gas Report. So you are up, sir.
All right, Gas Buddy Gas Report. Let us know in the wrong camera. Sorry. Let us know in the comments what you're seeing for gas prices around St. Augustine and St. Johns County. We have Sunoco at 272 at 2199 North Ponce. Owens at 780 South Ponce is 277. The Shell at 216 Ponce de Leon is 277. The Shell at 146 King is 277. Sunoco at 450 South Ponce is 277. The Mobile Inn Circle K at 800 South Ponce is 282. The Shell at 2350 North Ponce de Leon is 282. Gate on Mizell Road is 299. And the gate on US 1 is 299. And wrapping up with the Circle K on 207, that's 299. That Gas Buddy Gas Report is brought to you by Chris Lucille Bail Bonds. Trouble with the law, called the name St. Augustine is trusted for years. Chris Lucille Bail Bonds, available 24/7. Their experienced and compassionate team works fast to get you or your loved one out of jail and back home. From paperwork to release, they make the process simple, discreet, and stress-free. No judgment, just help when you need it the most. When the time matters, remember the name and the number. Chris Lucille Bail Bonds at 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245.
All right. Now I have the music report today from visitstaugustine.com. We have Jim Lamb at Milltop Tavern at noon. Damon Slaughter at Bin 39. Our people over there at 2 p.m. Joshua Tennessee Worthy at Milltop at 4:30. Southern Social String Band, have to say it slow like that or I'll mess it up, at Hurricanes Grill and Wings at 5. Sam Passetti, amazing guitar player, at Prohibition Kitchen at 6. The legend himself, Bob Patterson at O.C. White's at 6. Stu Weaver at Harry's at 6. Wayne Lakes at Casa de Vino 57 at 7 o'clock. And that music report is brought to us by Fidus Roofing. When it comes to protecting your home, trust Fidus Roofing and Construction. Voted Best of St. Augustine every year since 2012. As a GAF Master Elite contractor, Fidus installs GAF lifetime roofing systems and expert metal roofs built to withstand Florida's toughest weather. From emergency repairs to full replacements, plus pavers and gutters, Fidus delivers quality, durability, and energy savings with every job. For Fidus Roofing, call 904-355-ROOF. That's 904-355-7663. Fidus Roofing, where trust is built from the top down. All right, we don't usually do the trends, but the trends are brought to us by Facial Rejuvenation Center. Ready to look young and as well. How come I always screw up their read? Like, it's always this one.
Hey.
Is it because my face needs rejuvenation?
I really don't want to say because I like free rent.
Yeah. All right. Ready to look as young as you feel at Facial Rejuvenation Center in St. Augustine. They specialize in natural, lasting results. Whether you're considering Botox, fillers, advanced skin treatments, or facial surgery, their expert team tailors every experience to your unique beauty goals. For over 21 years, Facial Rejuvenation Center has proudly served local community, offering, and I just rolled away from it. I did what Amanda did. Oh, offering.
Here.
I got it, Blake. I'm sorry. I double tapped and it went back to the top. Offering wide range of services, including chemical peels, microneedling, dermaplaning, radio frequency treatments, laser hair removal, and more. Discover a renewed confidence in a warm, professional setting because you deserve to love your face that you see in the mirror. Give them a call today at 904-810-5434 or visit frcenter.com to book your consultation today. All right, we're back to Lieutenant Colonel Dudley. Now, Colonel Dudley, you do more than just this event with the Veterans Council. You do Wreaths across
America.
Across America. Talk to us a little bit about that too.
That's another one of our signature events every year. This is a program that the Veterans Council inherited from another veterans organization here that was struggling with trying to get a wreath on all of the headstones at our St. Augustine National Cemetery here locally some years ago. So they came to the Veterans Council and asked if we would take this program on. We gladly accepted it and made a commitment that every year, every one of the headstones in our National Cemetery would have a holiday wreath on it with the Wreaths Across America program. And we have honored that commitment every year. We do sales. We start usually about July, August time frame in sales of a wreath. This sales program is going on right now as we speak. Mm-hmm. We'll continue sales until the first week in December, and then we'll shut it off so that all the sales of the wreaths will be sure that we get the wreaths from Maine when they ship them down to us. 2 Men in a Truck company up in Jacksonville has worked with us every year of receiving the wreaths in when their 18-wheeler comes down to Jacksonville, unloads them there. And then on the morning of the Wreaths Across America program, this year being December the 13th, which is a Saturday, they will load all the wreaths up. They will come to the south rest area on I-95, and there they will get a police escort with motorcycles from the Sheriff's Department, and several different veteran motorcycle clubs here will escort the truck to the cemetery on Marine Street, arriving around 10:30. And then we have lots of community people who come out to volunteer their time to help unload the truck, unbox all the wreaths, and lay them out on the walkway there at the cemetery. And then our program starts exactly at 12 noon. Okay. That program starts at 12 noon at every national cemetery in the country at the same time. And this year's program will be exactly as we've done in the past. We always have a keynote speaker for that program, and we're very, very pleased that we have been able to honor our commitment to making sure that all the headstones in our cemetery, which is 1,240 headstones, by the way. Okay. And we put a wreath on every one of those.
Yeah, and Memorial Day, you put the little flags out, and
Memorial Day,
amazing volunteers that are out there doing that.
Right.
So I'm assuming it's probably a lot of the same volunteers that just that have this love for.
Well, there's a lot of local organizations such as the Daughters of American Revolution, the Sons of American Revolution. Those organizations, some church organizations and groups as well. all love to come out as an organization and put out the wreaths for our Wreaths Across America program, and then when we do the Memorial Day program in May, same thing with putting the flags out.
Yeah. All right. So now you and I think the first time we really became friends was when we opened Veterans Park.
That's true. Yep.
You know, and that's over 20 years ago now. But you know, we worked closely together on Veterans Village.
Yes.
Which is where the Bill Dudley Center is, the meeting center there, is named after yourself because you were so instrumental in what you've done for veterans in this community. But we have a little bit of a shortfall at Veterans Village this year, and we've started a new program called, and what's the name of it?
It's Bill Dudley's Heroes.
Bill Dudley's Heroes, and what we're asking is we're short about $250,000.
Well, it was a $250,000 grant that we had applied for with the state, and unfortunately, in the last days of the budget review, it got cut out of the budget this year.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a shortfall at Veterans Village. So we're trying to create the heroes, and we're looking for 250 people to donate $1,000 or companies to donate $1,000 to help us with that shortfall. 904 Now is one of them, and AD Davis is one of them. So I know we're at least at 248. And actually, Vicki, sorry, Vicki, I'm throwing your name out there because you have such a beautiful heart. She was on the show last week, and she became one of the Bill Dudley Heroes. Just wrote a personal check for that. So you know, it's real important what's happening over at Veterans Village. Can you tell our audience out there, as a veteran and the veterans you work with, because you're a mentor to our residents over there. Like if we have a problem with the veteran, we call you're almost like their uncle over there, and you're always there to help and always lend a hand. Can you tell us how important that facility is to the veterans?
Well, it's very important, Troy, and quite honestly, I get calls all the time from people saying, you know, what can I do to help? What can I do to help those veterans over there? We have an outpouring of people in the community who bring food there, bring clothing there, bring cash money there just to donate. We have people that bring towels, washcloths, toilet articles, that sort of thing. These are all things that are needed by our veterans there, and we appreciate that. We appreciate this this community that is so benevolent in that respect of taking care of our veterans. But that Veterans Village has been a real godsend to us. We've been able to move a lot of veterans off the street, or veterans who were couch surfing or sleeping in someone's garage or sleeping in their car. And we've been able to take them out of that environment and put them into a safe environment where they have a nice bed to sleep in at night, a place where they can take a shower, a place where they can eat and be fed and feel safe.
And someone has their back. And I think that's the important thing for me, is them being participating in the program. And when we first had the veterans move in, they were very isolated. But now they're a community, and they're protecting each other, and they're giving each other rides, the ones that have cars, the ones that don't, and they're a true community over there, which I think is beautiful for everyone involved.
It is, and we encourage them to socialize with each other, and we have people like the Elks Lodge, the VFW, some other organizations that come in and do barbecues and cookouts there. Just to promote the socialization of the veterans as well, and it's been a beautiful experience, for our veterans, and the fact that we've been able to get some 20 veterans off the street and into a safe environment over there has been a real boon, if you will, to our veterans. Before that, the Veterans Council was actually having to put them up in hotels. Mm-hmm. And that's a very expensive proposition.
Yeah, you were calling me. You were calling
me
weekly.
you very regularly to help out with getting housing in one of the motels here in town for our veterans. So that's a very expensive proposition. This has been a much better and more suitable environment for our veterans to be, as a cohesive group there. Veterans are unique in the fact that they live together, they train together as an organization, as a unit, and that's how they feel. In Veterans Village is they still have that cohesiveness.
Yeah, and that's so important, and it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the Veterans Council and your leadership. When you joined Home Again, and we're like, okay, I see what we can do. We were looking at apartment complexes, and then this one just kind of fell in my lap, and I brought the idea to you guys, and you guys, okay, I think that'll work.
Yeah,
we didn't know if it was going to work or not, but it seems to have been doing okay.
It has worked and has worked beautifully, and the good thing about it was that the Veterans Council had applied for a grant, a large grant, a $3 million grant, and the timing of it was just absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Because you found a motel that was going to go on the market for sale. You kept it off the market. You were able to do a private deal to keep it out of the real estate market, and we did a private deal. And the good thing about it was the grant came through at exactly the time we needed the money, and we were able to do a cash deal.
Yeah, and we had an owner that was willing to negotiate with us to keep us under the budget, which was beautiful too. So, all right, I want to talk about wreaths across America. How do people actually pay for those wreaths? Where do they go for that? I don't think we nailed that one down.
Now, we have forms that are out there. You can go to our website. Also, it's on our website, www.veteranscouncilsjc.org, and we have the forms on there. You can buy a form if each wreath is $17. If you buy two, we actually get credit for 3 wreaths.
Okay.
So if you buy 2, we get 3. So $34, we actually get 3 wreaths.
Okay.
And we'll continue that program up until the first week in December, as far as the sales are concerned.
All right. So if I buy 10, you'll get an additional 5.
5, yes.
Okay.
That's right.
All right. Blake, have we missed anything that was in the comments to ask Colonel Dudley?
So far, most of the comments have been very complimentary of Lieutenant Colonel Dudley. A lot of people have been showing their support for the programs that Colonel Dudley has going on. So a lot of people complimentary about that.
We have veterans in our comments. One of them's an Air Force guy. He usually gives Sheriff Hardwick a hard time, and he's always supporting the Air Force. So he's on your side on this one.
Yeah.
So
Sheriff Hardwick is one of my good buddies. He supports he and the whole entire sheriff's department support the veterans in a large way.
And actually, Lieutenant Colonel Dudley, I actually do have a question for you though, because right now we're currently going through a government shutdown right now. I do want to ask you, as the chairman of the Veterans Council, like what impacts have you been seeing during the shutdown right now, and what would you like to say to the lawmakers right now that might be like hurting programs that support veterans?
Well, what I'd like to say to the lawmakers is, do your job and let's get the government open and let's get back to work. Mm-hmm. But on a more local level, we do have, and we were just speaking about Veterans Village, we do have one of our veterans who lives there who actually is a government employee with the National Park Service, and she has not been drawing a paycheck for the last month. And after I leave here, I'm going over to meet with our executive director for Home Again St. John's to pay her room rent for the month.
From the
Veterans Council, absolutely.
The Veterans Council's always there for veterans. So, well, thank you, Colonel. We still got a little bit of stuff to do, but I always appreciate you coming in. Veterans Day is at Anastasia Baptist Church.
That's right.
And there's It's a beautiful ceremony. If you get a chance to get over there, we're going to get those links for the videos too. I really want to see. I have not seen the POW one yet.
Yeah.
So I really want to see that one. But thank you guys for out there supporting all the veterans. But Blake, how do you want to check the comments today while you're doing that?
All right. On this Monday morning, I will methodically and maniacally make my way through the myriad of comments from the magnificent minions.
Okay. While you're making your way through the minions mentions, I'm going to tell you about the wonderful people at BNS Signs. Want your business to get noticed and stay that way? Turn to BNS Signs, proudly family-owned and serving St. Augustine for over 50 years. From bold vinyl lettering to towering pylon signs, they specialize in high-quality, custom signage built to last. Their expert team handles everything from design, installation, crane service, repairs, maintenance, with fast, responsive service that keeps your sign looking sharp. Make a lasting impression with BNS Signs. Visit bnssigns.com, because when it comes to signs, they do it all. Now, also, I got to talk to you about the good Troy, and we're talking about the St. Augustine Handy House. Need a custom or prefab portable building that's built to last? Come to St. Augustine Handy House, proudly owned by Troy Usina Enterprise and serving St. Augustine since 1988. With over 70 structures in stock, from sheds and barns to carports and offices, you'll find the perfect fit for your needs. Every building includes free delivery, leveling, and anchoring, plus easy financing options. Visit them today on State Road 16, Monday through Saturday, or give them a call at 904-823-9092. St. Augustine Handy House, where quality meets convenience and community matters. All right, Blake, what do you got in the comments there, buddy?
All right, so we have for gas reports, Costco at 258, Bucky's at 258. Thank you, Tim. BP Lewis Point is at 293. Wawa is at Wawa on US 1's 299. Speedway's at 295. Circle K at Wildwood's 295, and the racetrack is 294. Thank you, Joy. Costco in Iowa was 256. Thank you, Betty. And gas price in Boca Raton was 295. Thank you, Robin. Tim won first comment today. And for question of the day, some of the facts include from Joy, there are 132 rooms in the White House. Betty's fact is that
right now. They knocked down part of the White House. So.
Yeah, they did. You might want to update that. You might want to update that.
She's going to have to change her random stat now.
All right. Betty's fact was the only food that does not go bad is honey. Mm-hmm. And Barbara Jean's fact was the Mall of America sits on the old site of the Metropolitan Stadium.
Oh, okay. I like that one. I like those. All right. And it is now time for the Stordom stat. On this day, 1998, Jesse the Body Ventura became governor. He had 37% of the vote. He was a third-party member, and he only raised $250,000, whereas opponents raised over $4 million. And he raised it by selling T-shirts, and he didn't take a single donation over $50. So Jesse the Body Ventura kind of took politics back in 1998. Whether you like him or you dislike him, you got to appreciate what he was able to accomplish. So congratulations for that. And today I'm proud to announce, you notice the little Stodum stat around the thing right there? We have Sonny's Real Pit Barbecue. And we appreciate Pam and Clay and the entire team over there. They've always, Richie, everybody over there has always been a part of the community. So we're so proud to have you guys as a sponsor. And here we go. Sonny's Real Pit Barbecue. Hungry for Southern barbecue? Head over to Sonny's Real Pit Barbecue, located at 2720 State Road 16 in St. Augustine. Start off right with the crowd favorites like barbecue pork, egg rolls. They're amazing. Smoked wings, or those crispy corn nuggets. Then dig into their mouth-watering. Oh gosh, man, I'm salivating reading this. St. Louis ribs, or try one of their Pitmaster picks with all the classic sides, including the famous garlic bread. And don't forget to wash it down with that signature sweet tea. Sonny's local Pitmasters since 1968. And I think it was Sonny's birthday over the weekend, the original Sonny. Yeah. I think I saw that it was his birthday over the weekend.
Yeah.
So, guys, we're so happy to have you guys. Blake, do you have any plugs?
So once again, if anyone's looking to sponsor the 904 Now, or if you have a new podcast that wants to use our studio space, you can feel free to contact me at blake904now@gmail.com.
All right, Colonel, you got the Veterans Day coming up. We plugged that. We have Reese Across America. We're going to put that link on our page also. Yeah. So we appreciate that. We do have Bollocks tonight. And you guys, please don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and Rumble. Don't forget about Rumble. And we do have Bollocks tonight. And Lenny and I will have 5 questions, and I'm sure we'll solve all the world's problems in that 1 hour. So thank you again. Bye-bye.